Hello and welcome back to Imperfect English. I'm Alex. Really glad you are here. Before we start, I want to ask you something. Open your hand and look at it. You can do that now if you want. Your hand knows how to write, it knows how to type, it knows how to hold a phone. It learned all of that by doing it. Over and over. Not by reading about hands, not by studying hand theory, just by doing. Keep that thought. We are going to come back to it. Let me describe a situation. You are watching an English movie. You understand most of it. Maybe not every word, but the story makes sense. You follow it. Then someone pauses the movie and asks you, "What just happened? Tell me in English." And you open your mouth, and almost nothing comes out. Does that sound familiar? This is one of the strangest feelings in language learning. You understood everything, but you can't say anything. How is that possible? Today, we're going to talk about exactly that, because there is an answer, and once you understand it, a lot of things start to make sense. Understanding English and speaking English are not the same skill. They feel like they should be, but they are not. Understanding is receiving. Your ears hear the words. Your brain finds the meaning. You don't have to do very much. It happens almost automatically, after enough practice. Speaking is producing. Your brain has to find the words first, then put them in the right order. Then send the signal to your mouth. Then your mouth has to make the sounds. All of that at the same time in real time, while the other person is waiting. That is a completely different process. Think about music. You can listen to a song 100 times. You know it perfectly. You love it. But can you play it on a guitar? Not unless you practiced playing it. Listening and playing use different parts of your brain. Different muscles, different habits. English is the same. Listening fills your head with English, but only speaking trains your mouth to produce it, and most learners spend 90% of their time listening and reading, almost no time speaking. So, of course, the speaking part feels broken. It was never really trained. Let's shadow this together. Understanding and speaking are different skills. I need to train my mouth. Listening fills my head. Speaking trains my mouth. Good. Here's another piece of this puzzle. When you learn a new English word, how do you usually learn it? You see it on a list. You read the meaning. Maybe you write it down, and that word goes into your memory. But where exactly? It goes into what we could call your reading memory. You can recognize it when you see it. You understand it when you hear it. But when you are speaking and you need that word fast, your brain goes looking for it and can't find it in time. It is like having a book in your house, but not knowing which shelf it is on. You know it is there, but when someone asks you for it right now, you can't find it fast enough. Words that you have only read or heard live in one place in your brain. Words that you have said out loud many times live somewhere else, somewhere faster, somewhere your mouth can reach without thinking. That is why shadowing works. Every time you say a word out loud, you are moving it from the slow shelf to the fast shelf. You are not learning new words. You are making the words you already know available when you actually need them. Let's practice that now. I say words out loud. I move them to the fast shelf. My mouth learns where they are. I can find them when I need them. Good. Really good. There's one more thing making this harder. Pressure. When you are watching a movie alone, there is no pressure. You can rewind, you can pause. Nobody is watching you understand. But when you are speaking to someone, everything is different. The other person is right there. They are waiting. You feel like you have to say something. Now. And that pressure, that feeling of hurry, makes everything worse. Your brain gets tighter. Words get harder to find. Sentences that you know perfectly well just disappear. This isn't weakness. This is biology. When people feel pressure, the brain shifts into a kind of alert mode. And in that mode, it is much harder to access language. The words are still there. They just get harder to reach. The only way to make that better is to practice speaking until it feels less like a performance and more like just talking. That takes time, but it starts with one sentence. Every sentence you say out loud, even alone, even to nobody, teaches your brain that speaking English is safe, that it doesn't have to go into alert mode, that it can relax and find the words. Let's shadow. Pressure makes speaking harder. But I can practice. Every sentence makes the next one easier. Speaking English is safe. I can relax. Good. So, 3 things are happening when you know the words, but can't speak. Your understanding has been trained. Your speaking has not. The words you know live in the wrong part of your memory, the slow part, and pressure shuts things down, right when you need them most. None of that is a mystery anymore, and none of it means you cannot speak. It means you need a specific kind of practice, not more reading, not more vocabulary lists, not more grammar. Speaking practice. Out loud, as often as you can. Here's what that looks like day to day. When you finish this episode, pick one sentence you heard today, just one. Say it out loud 10 times, not in your head. Out loud, feel it in your mouth. Tomorrow, do the same thing with a different sentence. That's it. That is the whole thing. It sounds too small. But this is exactly how the mouth learns. One sentence, then another, then another. Over time, those sentences become available, fast, without thinking. That is fluency. Not knowing more words, knowing where they are when you need them. Let's do our final practice. I practice speaking out loud. One sentence at a time. My mouth is learning. Every day I get a little faster. I know the words. And now I'm training my mouth to use them. Good. That was great. If you have ever felt frustrated, like you study and study, but the speaking never comes, I hope today helped explain why. You are not stuck because something is wrong with you. You are stuck because nobody told you that understanding and speaking are 2 different jobs, and only one of them gets you speaking. Now you know. Come back tomorrow. We keep going. I'm Alex. This is Imperfect English. Take care.